It's just about that time of day. Grab your knitting needles and your crochet. It's the She Show on Facebook Live right now. Special guests on the Zoom. You could even learn how to loom. It's the She Show on Facebook Live right now. Cy and Ty will be there. Hat, not hate, grab your chair. It's the She Show on Facebook Live right now.
Here's your host, Shira.
Hi, everybody. It is the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. That's as much Star Wars as you're going to get from me because, jokingly here, we have a guest host today. Boy Chick is here. We're very excited to be joined by Dana. In just a few, Boy Chick is going to be here and guest hosting. He does such a great job, and everybody loves Boy Chick. Look at that face. May the 4th be with you today, huh? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, okay. He feels really good about it. Hope you all enjoyed yesterday's episode. I love my friends, period, but I also love the fact that some of them are teachers. And I think you all know that I love the fact that, Boy Chick, we're not going to do this today. He sees Ty. I love the fact that they're teachers, that they're so passionate about it. I love teachers, and you all know that about me. And the fact that Hat Not Hate is even something that has to do with schools and teachers makes me even more happy. So it's just like continued happiness all the time of teachers. And I hope that yesterday it made you realize to think about the teachers in your life and to send them some love and appreciation this week, as it is Teacher Appreciation this week. But today we have Dana, aka Triple C, coming on. And we're going to be talking about all of her awesome designs. And I am excited to she's never been on the She Show before. Boy Chick, have you ever met Dana before? That's a no. Again, if you, just some updates, make sure that you get your Makers Move It t-shirt. And of course I left it upstairs. So, make sure that you get that. And then also, on the 14th, mark your calendars, we're taking the She Show out of the studios and onto the streets. That is right. We still haven't figured out all the details, but I will be live moving and walking. So hopefully you will join me. Also tomorrow at 12:45, join me and Maurice Green. That's right, Maurice Green, aka the Crochet Boss. He's going to be joining me for a She Moves episode, and that's from 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Lion Brand Instagram. So everybody's very excited for Dana. Everybody's freaking out. So everybody join us tomorrow for that. And also, not only is today, I don't know, what is it, May the 4th be with you day, but we have Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. And you know what we're doing tomorrow? That's right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We are making margaritas. It's going to be delicious. Yeah. And you know what? I love tequila. Fun fact about Shira, not meant to rhyme, but truth, love tequila. And I may or may not get tipsy on the show. We shall see, because normally I don't eat until after the show. So woo, woo, party! All right. And now that you know that I'm going to be wasty-faced, let's go to commercial. and then we will bring in our lovely guest.
This episode of The She Show is brought to you by Moroccan Nights. Moroccan Nights is a CYC3 lightweight yarn that you're going to love for shawls and garments. It's 98% acrylic and 2% polyester and made up of 2 plies that create an all-over marled effect. There's a twist of subtle metallic running through each ball, which adds a hint of sparkle. And look at that beautiful ombre. Moroccan Nights is so drapey. You're going to love working with it. Check it out at lionbrand.com.
And now back to the show.
Oh man, everyone's talking about margaritas. I'm telling you, I'm so excited for tomorrow. You have no idea. I love tequila. I don't really mess with any other alcohol. I mean, like I have one, like wine. Yeah, sure. But like when I go out and everyone's like, oh, what can I get you to drink? Tequila, please. Neat. Just hand it. I don't mess with salt. I don't mess with lemons or limes. Just give it. We are here to drink. That's what we're going to do. But we are not drinking today. We are talking about crochet. I am rhyming like an animal today. I love this. Here she is. Hi,
hello.
you.
How are you?
Can we talk about your background for a minute? What's happening?
This is just a bit of yarn. You know, I borrowed this from a friend, so I figured, hey, might as well bring it on in.
I am so here for this. Okay. All right. Well, everyone, Dana, also known as Triple C, Creatively Created Crochet, say that 10 times fast. When I asked her 5 words, she said strong, humble, helpful, determined, and intelligent. And my goodness, what words to live up to. Talk to me, Dana. How has humble, I'm going to go on one of your words to start our conversation. Tell us what humble means to you.
For me, humble means to don't forget where you came from. For me, let me see. Turn this down a bit. For me, I come from, poverty. I come from inner city. I come from areas where a lot of people may not even want to go to. But now that I've become, as I got older, I've gained so much different gifts. I began to crochet. I've learned how to create patterns. And so what I believe in humble is, even though you become greater, or you're not a product of your environment, don't worry, don't forget about where you came from. Don't forget to give back to those communities. Don't forget to, teach in those communities. So humble to me is never trying to get too big-headed. When staying where you are and not trying to be above others. Knowing to be able to be more open-minded, where you're relatable. So that's more humble to me is.
I love that. And now tell me a little bit about what makes you Triple C. Tell us about this Creatively Created Crochet. What separates your crochet from all the other crochet out there?
For me, creating Creatively Created Crochet, Triple C, it just comes from where I love crocheting. I put a lot of passion into it. Not only do I crochet, but I teach it. I started teaching crocheting for pregnant women years ago because I dealt with depression for several years. And so what crochet did for me was help me get out of that depression. It helped me get out of that anxious feeling, the anxieties, the stresses. So I started teaching it. And when I began to teach it, so many people told me about, I stopped smoking cigarettes. My marriage is better. I actually have time to make things I'm gifting. So people began to tap into that. And so when I became a creative business called Creatively Created Crochet, I not only began to crochet, but I also began to teach. And then I also began doing the patterns. So I always struggle with getting help with crochet. And some of us have done that. We look for a pattern. We're going everywhere asking, what hook did you use? What yarn did you use? Sometimes you get answers and sometimes you don't. So what I was trying to do was I was looking for help. And when I didn't receive it, I decided to just go ahead and help myself. And so I began to just write up patterns, looking for different ideas, things I wanted to wear, things that looked good on me. I began to design.
Well, as you're talking about patterns, you're offering a very special promo code today. Is that true? Can you tell everybody about that?
Yes. Today, for this interview only, from 12 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern, you will be able to enter 2 patterns into your Ravelry cart, and one will be free. Now, I did have in the chat for if you enter the code SHE, but when I did enter that, they said you don't have to put a code in there. So you just add 2 patterns in, y'all. So grab them up, load up as many as you want. You put 2 of those in there, and one will be free. And I appreciate everybody who does participate in buying those patterns. They do help for giveaways. They help with the youth, and they help also with shipping for any type of things that have to go out.
That's awesome. So again, all that information is going to be posted by SMG in the comments. Now, Dana, tell me a little bit more, because, you know, I think when we, I know that when we chatted and I wanted to have you on in May, you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Lion Brand has partnered with Mental Health America, and I do lots of different things to promote mental health awareness. And I have talked on the show about how knitting and crocheting has helped me in the past deal with things. So how did you find that crocheting helped you? Because you said that you started when you were pregnant, correct?
I started when I was 10 years old.
Well, when you were but that it helped you through your pregnancy.
Yes. Oh, it helped me during my pregnancy. And I'm telling you, I went through 10 years of depression. Not only was it depression, it was stress, it was anxiety. I actually had this whole package deal of everything. And with depression and with the anxiety that I felt so low. I don't know if anybody else ever dealt with that, but I felt very, very low. I felt inadequate. I felt as though I wasn't able to I was worthless. I felt helpless. And when I began to tap into crocheting and crafting, I began to gain confidence. Because if anybody out here crochets or knits or uses yarny fiber fun, you begin to create. And of course, how can you be worthless? How can you be helpless? How can you be inadequate if you can put yarn and a hook or a needle together and create something to wear, something to put on your head, a gift, something to wrap up in? There's no way you can be inadequate if you can put those things together and create. So I learned that when I came in to start crocheting and crafting. I said, wow, there's no way that I'm inadequate. I've just literally made a blanket. I just made a poncho. I just taught somebody to do the same exact thing. I am not inadequate. So I began to tap into that, and I'm telling you, crocheting and crafting has changed my life so much drastically to where I can say I love it and I'm excited that I'm a part of it.
I think that everything that you said is something that everyone can relate to. Now tell me, how did you decide then to start teaching, like kind of taking your experience? Because I think that that's one of the things that I've learned about with, you know, Hat Not Hate is that I took an experience that was a negative one, unfortunately, but I've learned to I mean, Hat Not Hate has out of a negative experience has become so much more for so many other people. So tell me, how did you think, oh, well, I'm going to start teaching people to crochet or, you know, to make because it will help them too. Like, how did that happen?
And just like you said, when it comes to having that experience, you went through that. So now I know others might be doing the same exact thing, may not have someone to go to or an outlet to go to. So what I decided to do, I said, you know what? I'm going to start teaching these classes. I reached out to an awesome woman in our community who believes in giving back as well. And I offered the classes. She was very excited. It was with our local WIC office, and there was pregnant mothers there. And so I remember when I was pregnant, I remember dealing with depression and so many hormones. When you're pregnant, there's so many hormones going on. Some people have these amazing, you know, fabulous pregnancies, but mine, I mean, I got it all. You know, I didn't deal with the postpartum. I dealt with the prepartum, and it was just, And so I realized that crocheting was helping out. And so I saw all these other mothers, and I reached out to them and I asked them, you know, would you like to try this? Some of them kind of felt like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. And so I said, you know what, this is going to be a blessing to you. This is going to be a help. And some of them said, you know what, I don't know. I get so stressed out. I don't know if I can do it. I get so tensed up. You know, and I said, no, this is actually going to help you. It helped me. And they were like, really? A lot of people couldn't believe it. Really? Yarn and a hook? A lot of them didn't even know they were capable of creating. And so when we began to create, they were so intrigued, and they were so impressed by themselves. It's such a good thing when you begin to impress by yourself. It's kind of like falling in love with yourself again. And so that's what happens when you get out of that depression, because when you're depressed, you kind of fall out of love with yourself. You know, there's no dressing up. There's no glamming up. And so when you get to start getting that confidence again, it's like, oh, okay, I can glam up a bit again. I can smile a bit again. I'm loving myself again. And so that's what happened when I began to teach. And I felt that love. And so I wanted to share that with others.
I think that the fact, you know, if only more people could take their you know, their trials and their hardships and everything and kind of spin it and know that there are other people. Like, we're all different and we all have different, you know, it's like I say, you know, in regards to this past year, like we've all gone through this pandemic together, obviously at different levels, and lost and gained different, but we've all been through it together. And if we could all kind of take from this experience, possibly the negative thing, and there have been people during this time period that have taken and realized, oh, there's this issue. Let me make a positive out of this. So the fact that, Dana, you did that from something that you went through and you realized there was that piece missing, that you created that for other people and inspired them to become makers of their own, is such a beautiful thing. So good on you for that.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you a little bit about your makes, because I cannot stop staring at your top. I'm not looking at your top. I'm looking at your top. Tell me about your top. Like, how did you come up with it? Can you show us a little bit more?
Yes. Okay. So this pattern is my very own. It's called Spread Your Wings Poncho. Now I do have a nice fillet stitch here. It's more like a spread of a wing here. It's inspired by one of my amazing sisters. Her name is Jeannie. She sent me some delicious yarn. Now this is one of my favorite yarns, and a lot of my family know I love Lion Brand shawl and a ball. I could wrap myself in that yarn, sleep on it, snack on it, whatever. When it comes to this yarn, it's my favorite, one of my very favorites. So I decided to create this pattern, and her theme is butterflies. She loves butterflies. And so I said, I wanted something with wings, something that will say, hey, I want to dedicate it to her. I always tell my family, if you send me yarn, I will create a pattern in your honor and your name. And so she sent me this, and I decided, let me come up with something. I love light and airy. She's down south, so she can't wear too many heavy things. She can't wear the thicker yarns, because she's not going to, it's going to be too hot. Yeah. So I said, let's branch out. Let me make something in your honor to show her that love. Again, as you can see, there's a fillet stitch down the center of a nice little spreading of wing. And then you're going to have the mesh all about the outer. So you're going to have this same pattern on the front as well as the back down the center. Very easy. I would say advanced beginner can do this. Very, very simple pattern. You can make it as long as you want, as short as you want. However, it's for any size. I like to do patterns for all sizes. I mean, it's not just, small or medium or large. Everybody can wear it. I like for that.
I love that. I mean, I'm one of those, because I am a curvy girl. I like those pieces that look good on, I remember, when we used to be in the office, and our offices were on 15th Street, and we used to be much closer to the design department. Sarah, who's a very different body type than I am, she would try something on and it would look great on her. And then I would try something on and it would look great on me, and the same thing. So I love those pieces like what you're wearing, that it can be 5 different things on, 2 different people, which I love. And I think it's awesome. So is this one of the patterns that someone could put in their Ravelry cart?
Wow. Yes, it is. They definitely can put this in there. And I have a couple others as well, but this is definitely one that they can definitely put in there.
Can you show us some more of or do you have any other things that you can show us?
Yes, most definitely. Thanks for asking. So I don't want to go back. I know we are in spring, and I don't want to go back to Winter Lane, but I do want to share one of these babies. This is actually called Covered in Love, and this was one of my favorite patterns to design. It's actually a mix of different yarns. So we're going to be having the eyelash, which is the delicious Lion Brand Fun Fur. We're going to have some Lion Brand Landscape, or some Lion Brand Hometown USA. So we're going to have some of that 6 bulky, and then we're going to have a bit of some puzzle yarn as well. So we have a few different yarns here. We're going to have it in this a cowl neck. It also can be hooded. You can drape it over the head. I mean, this baby, it goes for all sizes. So I mean, this is one of my favorites. And you can just do it. I mix the different colors together, but you can make it your own. And I love this baby because, like I said, you're covered in love with this baby. It is open, but of course, if you're having a thicker yarn, you're going to want a bit of openness to breathe, because you don't want to be smothered and sweating, and you want to have some air. But it will get the job done very, very warm. This is one of my favorite. I love this baby. This is one of my favorites. But we're going to get into that springtime, because I don't want to bore anybody with winter. I don't want to bore anybody with the winter stuff, guys. So I'm going to bring in, this is another pattern. It's called the Spring Dream Poncho. Many people love this. A lot of people have actually been making it for Mother's Day. A lot of people have been making this, and thank you for everybody who's actually been purchasing this. I really love this pattern as well. I use this with Lion Brand Cobble yarn. All right, and Cobble yarn is one of those yarns that you can definitely keep that in your arsenal. Please keep the Cobble in your arsenal. You know, one of those yarns that you just will eat up. So yes, this is that pattern. I wish I can get it centered for you all.
Oh, it's
very
gorgeous.
light, airy. You'll notice I'm a big fan of mesh. So you'll see some mesh patterns. But once the fall comes, you will be seeing a little bit more solid wear. So that way you'll see some things. But I've designed a lot of things for the spring that are coming up. This is called, like I said, the Spring Dream Poncho. It also has a light, airy mesh, but it also has a beautiful shell border here.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that little detail on the bottom.
Yes, thank you so much. And again, this is for all sizes as well. You can make it as big as or as small as you like. I believe in, like I said, I believe in all sizes. And we should be able to wear, especially when we're a little bit more on the fluffier side. I believe in we should be able to dress and look beautiful in crochet wear. We shouldn't look like it's been thrown on. It should look still stylish. We should feel confident in our crochet wear.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like we should look good in what we're wearing. We shouldn't just look like something's been thrown on us.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. We should embrace our curves. If we have curves, let's embrace them. And let's look good while we're wearing them, you know?
100%.
So this is another pattern. I use the delicious Lion Brand Mandela yarn.
Oh, that's gorgeous. The way the colors work together.
Thank you so much. Yes, guys. Wow. You will love this pattern. It's called the Light and Airy Cover Up. Many people have used this baby as a beach cover up when they're on the beaches. You know, they're wearing their bikinis or one pieces, two pieces, and they get out of that pool and they're looking for something to drape up in. Oh, that's this is acrylic yarn, but you can make this in cottons, guys. You know, as long as you have the pattern, you can make this in any type of yarn. This doesn't have to be just your, you know, your acrylics. You can do it however you want. You can dress it up and dress it down. You can add your shimmer yarns in it and make it into, like, you know, somewhere if you're going out on an outing. This can be just very versatile. This is very, very fun. Again, like I said, dress it up with some slacks or a dress pant. Dress it down with some jeans on a regular day. You will love it.
Dana, right? You could go on QVC. Like, you're killing it right now. You're just like, and this call for this code. Like, you're killing it right now. You're slaying it, girl.
No, you know, I appreciate it. This is such an honor to be here. I'm so grateful and I'm thankful. I'm so grateful and thankful. And thank you so much for, you know, telling me I'm doing pretty good. I told everybody, so, you know, I hope I don't, you know, I hope everything goes well on this.
Tell me more. What's this one? This one's pretty.
Thank you. This is actually called the Aaron's Caplet. It's inspired by this beautiful woman by the name of Mama Riz. And she is super amazing. She sent me this delicious yarn. It is Mandela Baby in the color of Moon Magic. So it's open again. As I said, she's down in Texas, so she cannot wear those heavy yarns. And so you have the shell down here at the bottom. You're going to have this open. And again, it's a caplet. It's called Aaron's Caplet. But again, you can make it as long and as wide as you want. It's very versatile. You can have it as a shorter, you know, in the picture I have it in front of, it's kind of shorter, comes right at the end of my, like right at the beginning of my hip area or lower my waist. But you can have it as long and flowing as you want. It has a nice crab stitch edging on the neckline here. And I mean, again, you can make this baby in your cottons, whatever you choose. You will definitely enjoy this pattern. One of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. A lot of people have made this up in for different holidays as well as just dressing up. Now this one right here is one of my favorites as well. This is like when I first really started bringing back my patterns, and it got me excited about doing this pattern or just writing patterns altogether. So I'm going to light up a little bit, but I do have my grand finale I'm going to share for today. I can't wait to share that. But this right here is one of my favorites. One of my amazing family members, subscriber, she said, you know what? I always try to, I'm not good at naming patterns. I'm going to be honest. I'm the worst at naming patterns. I always tell all my subscribers, just please give me a name. If you give me a name, you'll get the pattern free because I cannot think of any names. I'm horrible at it. So one of my amazing family members, subscribers, she said, hey, I got a name for you. So I'm going to share with you what the pattern is first. All right.
Ooh, I love a sparkle. I love a black sparkle.
So we have the black sparkle here. This is Fair Isle Port sparkle. Okay. And so this yarn is really nice. It's a bamboo and cotton blend, which I definitely love. And it has a sparkle in it. So it's just anything sparkle is just going to take me somewhere. I don't know.
Sure.
And so it's called Dana's Diamond Delight. I had no idea what to name it. So she said, let's name it Dana's Diamond Delight. I said, okay, triple D for triple C. I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. And so again, I love this pattern. Very, very fun. I also have a video to go along with it because just to make sure the wording isn't too hard to understand, because the stitch can be a little bit intimidating, but with the tutorial, you'll see exactly what's going on and you don't have to worry about being confused on it or anything like that. But this baby, I definitely need to make another one. I haven't made one and I don't know why, but I need to make another one of these because I really love this pattern. But guys, I'm telling you again, and these spaces, if you don't want it as spacey, you don't have to have it as spacey. This uses a Solomon's knot. And so it just depends on how tall you want to hold that, you know.
Right. And
so
tell us because we're just about out of time, but I want you to show off your grand finale.
Okay, let's get that grand finale in. I'm sorry about that.
Now, no, it's okay. She's got all this stuff.
I've never been on here before. I just, and you are so amazing. Great. I can just hold you hostage. I could just, hold you hostage here and just do all that. But let's get out of here. And let me share with you before we get out of here, this pattern will be released this Friday. It's a trilogy set. All right. And so it's going to be a tank top. I use a phrase called knick-knack paddywhack every time I'm live on YouTube or anywhere. People are like, knick-knack paddywhack. You're always saying that. My friend, my beautiful sister, her name is Brenda. She said, name your tank top knick-knack paddywhack. So this is called the knick-knack paddywhack tank. If I can just center it for you all.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be called the knick-knack paddywhack tank. And not only will you get the knick-knack paddywhack tank that is so lopsided right now.
It's okay. We believe you.
You'll get this. And you'll get the tote to come with it. All right. You get a matching tote.
Oh, love.
You make this with your cotton, your favorite cottons, make it up. And then you'll get the matching sun hat. My first time making a sun hat. Sun hats never fit me. I have a larger head and I like to wear extra hats on top of them. Sure. And so I said, I need a hat that's going to wear.
Oh,
that's going to do the thing. So I can fold it down. I can cuff it up however I want it. And that's going to be on sale this Friday. You can buy them separately or put them all together and get a big, huge discount. I thank you so much.
Girl, you slayed that. You are awesome. Everything about you is awesome. And I know that there's some people that were like, I've never even heard of Dana. And now I'm so excited that I have. And that just makes me so happy because that is ultimately the purpose of the She Show. I always want you to meet someone new. So Dana, thank you so much for coming on and for just sharing your creativity with us because it is beautiful. Also love that you're just like using all the Lion Brand yarn, just a little plug there.
Love it.
Will you join me for our breath for the day?
Sure, most definitely.
All right, everybody. On that count of three, let's take that big deep breath in. Boy chick, he's sleeping. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3. And the quote for today is, when you let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for what's meant to be. And that is said by Unknown. And my goodness, how appropriate that quote is for you, Dana, today, because you have created such amazing space in using your creativity and using your heart and using your imagination. And I'm just so thankful that you joined us today. And now more and more people know about you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Go check out Dana, aka Triple C, on Instagram and on wherever she is. Go check out her Ravelry. Go check out her patterns. And honestly, go make yourself a beach cover up. It is hot girl summer and hot guy summer, whatever. Live your life. Dana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm very grateful. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye.